Greetings, friends in ADHD. It's Russ Barkley, here again with part 3 of my 4-part series on ADHD gift or curse, in which I am comparing and contrasting the views of my good friend Dr. Ned Hallowell with my own with regard to ADHD and its nature. In the first 2 parts, as you know, I talked about the background to this discussion or debate, how it's often misrepresented by others. And in the last video, part 2, I talked about the many areas of agreement between Dr. Hallowell and I on our perspectives on ADHD. Now, in this particular part, part 3, I want to talk about certain concessions that I wish to make sincerely to some of the critics of my own opinions about ADHD. So let's take a look at these to see where I may actually happen to agree sometimes with some of the critics of my opinions that perhaps I might be over-pathologizing ADHD relative to the opinions held by people like Dr. Hallowell, Dr. Rady, and others, that ADHD conveys positive benefits to the individual. First of all, I would like to point out that I and other clinical scientists who make a career of studying ADHD have focused almost exclusively in our work on the deficits and impairments that are associated with ADHD, and that we have done so at the group level of analysis. So this is what we write grants on and so on, because we don't get supported to investigate the potential positive benefits of this disorder, because if we did, then it's not necessarily a disorder, is it? So anything that's going to bring a lot of positive benefits to the individual or outcomes is not going to be necessarily classified as a neurodevelopmental disorder or condition. I also concede that when we study groups at this group level of comparing groups of ADHD with groups of other individuals, including typical control individuals, that this approach can tend to homogenize people with the disorder and therefore pathologize the clinical view of ADHD. Because by presenting only the average of the group, we are not really able to represent the wide individual variation among people with ADHD and their various attributes.